Hello, I am Blaze Bailey. You're watching probably the best show in the world, CMS TV.
From the Dehumanizer release, it's Black Sabbath with I, Eddie Trunk's favorite song. That one going out by request to Matt in Cincinnati. And we opened up with Pantera for Scarfoot with Heavy Metal Rules from one of their pre-Phil Ensemble days. And another guy who rules is my good friend and partner, Chris Aiken. What's going on there, Chris?
What is up, sir? How are we doing?
All right. You're going to have to raise your level a little bit.
Hey.
There you are.
Hi, friends.
Goddamn machines just taking over.
Fucking junk.
Yeah.
So what's up, man?
Well, it's been raining cats and dogs here for days. For days and days.
I don't know that it's been, I'll be honest, I haven't been outside in days and days, but it's been looking gloomy through my window.
Yeah, it's been very gloomy and rainy. But,
yeah, that's not fun.
But it's better than snow.
Yeah, although it's cold here. It's probably mid-30s maybe. I mean, it's I didn't heat this office up thinking, it's fucking warm outside, and it's cold.
What made you think it was warm outside?
I just thought it was in the 50s, and usually if I'm in the 50s, I'm good, but it ain't in the 50s. It's fucking cold in here.
Yeah,
it'll warm up here in a little bit. I got my little space heater on. I'll be burning up in no time.
There you go. Well, here we are. We're back. We're back again after a impromptu special edition show on Monday, right?
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it went by very quickly. We gave you a whole hour of our greatness
on what was supposed to be 15 minutes.
Yeah, we were just supposed to do a little blurb on Metal Church, but then it morphed into everything else, and then before you know it, a whole hour went by.
That's right. So those of you that are subscribers, you got a little extra this week. I know we don't do it often enough, but you got some this week. So congrats.
Can you boost your mic just a hair more? I mean, you're all right, but you just need a little more oomph.
Let's see here. That's pretty loud. That's as loud as I can put it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
All right. There we are.
I will just boost you on my end.
All right.
All right.
I wonder if I can do it on this thing. Yeah, I'm maxed out everywhere. I'm maxed out on the software for the mic. I'm maxed out on the computer.
All right. Fair enough. We're good. I just
all right.
Since your computer was adjusting things for you and I was adjusting over here, then I adjusted back and, I adjusted to your adjustment.
All this junk. It's great radio, huh, folks? Glad you tuned in.
Well, speaking of computers and getting prepped for the show and all that, I updated my webcam and had a firmware update.
Okay.
I don't know if it made any difference or not, to be honest with you, but I did it anyway. So I uninstalled everything and then reinstalled with the brand new software, and supposedly it's supposed to be better. I don't know, but regardless,
looks fine to me.
I didn't see anything different about it, but they convinced you that they, that they did something monumentally better than what it was.
This is going to make it 3/1,000,000th of a millisecond faster. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I hear you. But anyway, today I did, since I was here in the studio cleaning up some files and updating the webcam and doing a little show prep and so on and so forth, I went shopping online.
Okay.
And I bought some CMS swag.
Oh, did you? What'd you buy?
I did. I bought 4 of the pint glasses.
Okay.
Those are like $18 a piece or $21 a piece or something like that.
I told you should have told me first. I could have got them for you at a discount.
Yeah. Well, I bought 4 of those, and I bought a CMS coffee mug, and
Okay.
I bought a CMS pillow for the CMS couch over here.
All right.
So that's the extent of my shopping today in the CMS store.
Nice.
And one thing though, one thing I did notice though is that there's nowhere for people to buy the shirts and stuff that I mail personally.
What do you mean? There's no place.
Well, I don't see it advertised anywhere. Like here, click here, or, if you want.
It's on the classicmetalshow.com at the bottom.
Okay. All right. I didn't know where to go and look because we have so many outlets. We got the CMSPN and we got the locals and we got the web page, and it's just like, okay, where do you go for this stuff?
Yeah, I'm looking right now. It's if you go, it's not even all the way at the bottom. If you go to the Classic Metal Show page and you scroll down past the archives, the very next thing is the shirts.
Okay. Well, again, I didn't know where to look.
I found it.
Me and Sal have that in common now. We don't know. We just don't know where to go.
Yeah, stop hanging around with Sal. He's making you stupider.
Yeah, I guess. Well, we are live, obviously, and the chat room is open. I saw the notice pop up at 7:30 my time.
Right.
So all you have to do is just click view post, and it puts you right in the chat room.
Pretty easy, right, Sal?
So when that notice doesn't go out, I'm lost and I can't find out how to get in there. And
show's canceled. It must have been canceled. It must not be happening.
Right.
Of course, Sal in the chat room. I couldn't find the shirts either. Oh, there you go.
So, anyway, just getting warmed up, folks. I know we're off to a roaring start already, but this
is what the first hour is for: stumbling to the starting line.
Yeah, it's just getting a feel for where things are going.
That's right.
Yeah. So, anyway, it's been a busy week for me on the where I make my real money, and so I've been pretty much occupied with that and trying to get a feel for where the year is going for me as far as business is concerned, and the show is the show, and who knows, we'll see.
Right.
We'll see what 2024 brings.
Okay.
So on that note, what is 2024 looking like for you so far?
Financially?
Well, personally, financially, something to look forward to.
I got lots to look forward to. None of it has to do with money, though. Jesus, I am struggling like a motherfucker to get paid. But, it's going to be one of those years that financially it's going to be one of those years where I got to fight. I could just tell the economy's already shitty. Everybody's going to be scared to spend money with the fucking election. So it's going to be a tough one. Plus, trying to launch the new businesses is always a fight.
Right.
So that's going to be tough. But as far as going out and doing stuff, and that looks really promising. I'm going to several shows now. I've got several shows that I'm going to. I'm going to see Stevie and Tuff here next month. They're going to be here. And then I'm going to go see Plush in June. They're coming here. I got more shows than that. I know I do, but I don't know what they are off the top of my head. I have 5 shows that I'm getting ready to do. Me and Seth are going to broadcast from the Soil Digital Underground show in, I think that's in March.
Okay.
Maybe? March 19th, I think.
Now, what's the setup to broadcast live from that show?
Don't know. I'm still waiting on the venue. It's venue me and you have broadcast from before. It's at the Winchester. So
okay, yeah, we did what was supposed to be the Stephen Piercy show there.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I'm sure they have internet by now. That was 15 years ago. So, I'm sure there's internet in there. And, we'll figure it out. We'll get a couple of these USB mics in my laptop and we'll go for it. That's what we'll do. But
now, what does a live broadcast at a concert entail, especially a heavy show like Soil and would you say Digital Underground?
Yeah, Union, not Digital Underground. That's the Humpty Dance guy.
Right, I know. That's what
Union Underground. Did I say Digital Underground?
You did say Digital Underground. I was just like, wait a minute. That
no,
sounds familiar, but maybe it's a different group.
No, you know what? Before the show, I was listening to all hip hop, getting myself pumped up. It was all DJ Easy Rob or DJ Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock and OPP and Criss Cross and shit like that. Okay. NWA. I was in total, so I guess I'm in rap mode. But no, Union Underground. Okay. So it's new metal type of a thing. I don't know. I talked to Tim King from Soil. And he said we could do whatever we want. Come on the bus and do interviews and broadcast from the, like a stage feed if we want to, whatever we want to do. So,
okay.
I don't know exactly what we're going to do yet. I got to check with the venue first, but we're going to definitely do something. So,
all right.
We're trying to get out and do some more stuff, like different stuff too, a little more Cleveland-y stuff. Like we're going to broadcast from a, Akron Arrows game or Rubber Ducks or whatever the fuck they call that dumb team.
Is it the minor league baseball?
The minor league team in Akron, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we're going to broadcast a game from down there and do some interviews with the players as they come up to warm up and shit like that. So
all right. So you're just going to be a regular old radio station.
Yeah, we're here live at the Rubber Ducks game.
Right. Is that what they call them now? Not the Arrows, the Rubber Ducks?
They're the fucking Rubber Ducks.
When did they change that?
It's probably been 10 years.
Okay. All right. See, I wasn't aware, but
yeah, why would you be? Why?
I don't pay any attention to minor league baseball anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably don't even know the fucking players on the Guardians, let alone the the Double-A team. Yeah, it's not a real team.
All right, so that's why I don't know.
Yeah, that's a fake team.
Fake team.
That is a fake team.
So with that in mind, do you think that they'll stop showing the movie Major League?
No, no way. It's too popular, and it's not associated with the team.
Well,
knowing the dumbasses in Hollywood, though, it wouldn't shock me at all to see them CGI it into the fucking Guardians, though.
Right, of course.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they'll just go with it's old.
Okay.
They don't really like anything in New York. They don't take out the trade centers or any of that stuff. So
right.
I'd imagine the Guardians are only slightly more offensive than the tragedy in the trade centers. So
right.
I don't think they'll CGI it out.
That stock car racing movie that Tom Cruise was in back in the late 80s. What was it, like 89? That Days of Thunder?
Mm-hmm.
I often imagine them going through and trying to homogenize the movie and take out any of the scenes that have a Confederate flag waving in the background. Because there's plenty of those.
It's really weird, though, that I'm surprised they don't do that across the board with a lot of shows, but
yeah.
I really haven't experienced much of that.
Right.
Well,
because it costs too much money for one thing,
yeah.
and then maybe even cause some backlash or outrage from people going, look what you're doing. You're trying to wipe away history, I'm
more surprised they just haven't pulled the movie like they did the Dukes of Hazzard and shit like that. Oh,
yeah. Terrible.
They pulled that because, God forbid, the General Lee is painted up like a fucking Confederate flag.
Right.
So we got to cancel that, but I guess because Tom Cruise is one of them.
Oh, okay.
They probably just let it go because Tom Cruise is a flaming liberal lunatic.
Right.
I believe. So
perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's okay for him.
Oh, okay.
For him, it was just a role,
Right. It's just funny. We gotta stop all the hate speech.
That's right. We have to.
Yeah, no kidding. But Anyway,
Now it's against the law to say anything hateful, apparently.
Is it against the law in this country or in like Canada?
I think in this country, didn't Big Don get an $83 million settlement against him for saying some bitch was an ugly cunt or something?
Oh, I don't know what the settlement was for.
It was for harassment or something from something he said.
Oh.
It was speech.
Oh.
Let me find it real quick.
I just don't follow that nonsense. It's just
I don't tend to, but
I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, no, that's it. It sucks. You turn on the news and it's just fucking garbage.
Well, I don't turn on the news. That's
what I mean.
I depend on Sal to keep me up to date with what's going on because he just basically parrots everything Fox News spits out.
and Sal didn't keep you up to date on this. I would have figured this was Sal heaven.
No, he kept me up to date that the great President Trump was speaking in Las Vegas today.
Let's see. Trump will appeal $83.3 million E. Jean Carroll verdict. Oh, and of course, this is behind the fucking faggot-ass fucking paywall at Reuters. Let me find another one here.
All right.
One that's not behind the paywall. Well, this will be unbiased. CNN.
Of course it will.
She feels she got justice from the jury today.
For?
E. Jean Carroll is overjoyed and feels she got justice from a jury in court today, her attorney said. I almost don't have adjectives to describe it, Roberta Kaplan said, when asked how Carroll responded. Where's the fucking, what he's guilty of? Who gives a shit? E. Jean Carroll says jury decision is a huge defeat for every bully who ever tried to keep a woman down.
Okay.
Oh, where's the thing though? There's all kinds of stories about it, but there's nothing just saying he was found guilty of whatever.
This is the judge ruled that, against Trump or what?
Let's see. Former President Donald Trump on Friday blasted the verdict reached by a jury ordering him to pay E. Jean Carroll $83.3 million in defamation damages and said he would appeal the decision. So in defamation damages.
Oh.
So let's see. Oh, here, finally I found the story.
Okay.
Fucking CNN, aside from just being all lies, man, it's difficult to navigate. This should be simple and easy to find.
Right.
Former President Donald Trump should pay $83.3 million to writer E. Jean Carroll for public statements he made in 2019, disparaging Carroll and denying her rape allegations, a Manhattan federal jury determined Friday. The jury found Trump should pay Carroll compensatory damages of $18.3 million, $11 million to fund a reputational repair campaign, and $7.3 million for the emotional harm caused by Trump's 2019 statements. Trump should also pay $65 million in punitive damages for acting maliciously in making the statements about Carroll, the jury found. So, bottom line, free speech illegal.
All right. So should Kyle Rittenhouse get compensatory damages from the Biden administration?
I would hope so.
For being defamed, and all the news media outlets who defamed him and called him a murderer and a terrorist and all this other kind of stuff.
Well, he kind of did sue for that, didn't he?
Well, he did, but there hasn't been any verdict yet on it because he's just been waiting for the other lawsuits to go by before.
Well, he's not running for office where they need to stop him quickly, so they didn't rush it to judgment.
Of course.
Yeah, I would think Rittenhouse should win. And now he's got case law to prove it.
Exactly.
So good on him, but what a crock of shit. You hurt my feelings. I'm going to sue.
Yeah.
Bunch of fucking pussies.
Yeah.
Trump won't pay this.
No, of course not.
He's not going to give them a penny no matter what the fucking verdict is.
Of course not.
And I wouldn't either. I wouldn't pay one fucking stinking nickel of this shit.
Right.
Fuck that.
So, Well, that's lovely. So everything out of your mouth, you have to be careful of saying it, otherwise it'll cost you.
Yeah, apparently.
You know.
Thankfully, I have nothing to take. So.
Well, what's his name? The Strickland guy. What's his first name?
Oh, Sean Strickland.
Sean Strickland. You know, he said he spewed all his hate and venom in Canada, where it really is illegal up there to say stuff. You know, say stuff.
Did you see the fucking that same reporter tried to get at Dana White, and Dana White shut him down too?
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
That's fucking funny too.
Do you keep your fighters on a short leash?
Leash? Reminded me of that coach back in the day. Playoffs?
Yeah.
Leash? What kind of leash? Leash?
Yeah. Nobody gets a leash. It's called freedom of speech, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta love Dana.
What they believe, or how to live, or what they believe, or what to say.
Really gotta love Dana. You gotta love Dana White. He does not give two fucks. I mean, he doesn't do everything right. I mean, he should be punched in the eye for that fucking Bud Light bullshit, but yeah, he does not. Here it is. Let's put that on the screen here. Pushing buttons like crazy. None of them are doing anything. Here we go. Here you go. Here's Dana White answering this fucking dummy.
Dana, I just want to go back. You were talking about, like, you obviously give a long leash to your fighters about, what they can say when they are up there with a UFC microphone, and you are getting into territory of homophobia, transphobia. Like, is there...
I don't give anybody a leash.
Well, I'm saying you...
A leash? Free speech.
Playoffs?
And control what people say? Gonna tell people what to believe? Gonna tell people... I don't fucking tell any other human being what to say, what to think, and there's no leashes on any of them. What is your question?
I was asking that question. I'll move on, though.
Yeah, probably a good idea. That's ridiculous to say I give somebody a leash. Free speech, brother. People can say whatever they want, and they can believe whatever they want. And I don't think there's any... We had two gay women who fought in the co-main event. They sat on the stage with Sean Strickland. They could give a shit what Sean Strickland thinks, or what he says, or what his beliefs are, or what his opinions are. You know what I mean? Go ahead. What do you got?
I love it. So what's your question? Well, that was it, but I guess I'll move on.
And then he wouldn't let him. That's great.
Yeah.
Fucking held him accountable for being a dick.
I hope this kind of stuff starts a landslide of this kind of stuff now, where people aren't afraid to step up and just put these knotheads in their place.
I think you're with big names like that doing it.
Yeah,
that definitely helps.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because it takes a name brand person out there to kind of get the thing going. Right. And then other people feel empowered that, well, look, you got away with it, and nothing happened. Maybe I need to start stepping up to the plate, per se.
Yeah, it has been embarrassing the way people have just cowered like crazy. It really has been embarrassing.
Yeah. So, well, good on those guys for stepping up. And I didn't see anything happen to them. Did you?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
No. So they'll probably be sued for $83.3 million.
For being mean and a bully. You meanie.
Dana White didn't stop Sean Strickland. And he bullied me in the press conference.
Yeah, he was mean.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I need $20 million for my reputation fixer-upper campaign. Get the fuck out of here.
That's so funny. I love it. I love it. Well, I see some of the pool reporters that listen to that nonsense that the Biden administration is always spewing out there with their diversity hire, that Jean Pierre or whatever her name is.
Oh, cunty cunt, as I call her.
Yeah, so they're getting a little more aggressive with their questions toward her, and she's just getting flustered even worse than she normally is these days, because the reporters are now are more ballsy about asking very direct questions now, instead of just kind of tiptoeing around.
Because they're tired of being lied to all the fucking time.
Yep.
Lied to or told to shut up. You know, when she doesn't want to answer a question, she just fucking closes her book and walks off. So, you know, they're probably tired of it, so they're just attacking her, which good for her. Good for them, I mean. You should attack that dumbass.
Yeah.
And I mean Biden, not necessarily her. She's a fucking dummy.
Yep.
He's a dummy, and she's a dummy.
Well, that's just goes to show you what diversity hires will get you.
Mm-hmm.
Not because they're skilled, not because they have the merits of doing a job. It's they just, you know, have all the right check marks. Black, check. Woman, black, lesbian,
black gay woman. Oh, that beats them all.
Check. Minority, check. Oh, you must be doing a good job then.
Yeah. Dumb as a stump. Take that off the application. Take that off.
Right.
Intelligence? No, not necessary.
No.
Just as long as you're a black woman that licks box, you're good. You're hired.
Exactly.
Jesus.
That's the criteria, my friend. Not intelligence, not skill, not experience, not anything. Just as long as you have all the diverse check marks in the boxes.
You might not be smart, but you lick the purple and the pink. You're hired.
Right, of course.
Jesus.
So stupid. We live in such an upside down world these days. I just don't know when things went off the rails.
You know, dude, it's funny. I was talking to my mom this week, and I asked her. I said, when you look at, because she was bitching and moaning too about how fucked the world is, and I said to her, I said, do you think it's really that fucked, or do you think that we're doing what my grandparents did and your grandparents did about thinking that their generation was that fucked? And I think we both agreed that it's kind of both. We are doing that, and at the exact same time, it is worse than ever.
Right.
Is that possible? That it's always kind of been that way? That every generation is worse than the last, but at the same time, it's still completely fucked?
Probably.
It's weird.
Yeah. Well, technology, I think, has changed the game for most of this. Mm-hmm. Just the instantaneous news that everybody has, and everybody with their self-centered, self-motivated, driven social media, and everybody trying to be a star of some kind, or make some kind of a blip on the screen, or whatever it is. I think that's what drives a lot of it. Yeah,
no, I agree totally. It's just, it really is just wacky because I catch myself saying stuff all the time here and in personal life, and in my regular life, and I stop myself and I think, am I just turning into the old guy in the room? Is it happening to me? I still try to stay current,
right?
And sure as shit, then I hear myself and I'm like, God damn it, I am my grandfather. And it's like, all right, but it really is fucked up.
It is.
It's really a thing. I'd like to put this up real quick. This is from Barden Muse over in the Rumble chat. Got over 100 of them watching. Best thing that happened was Chris and Neeley getting booted off of YouTube.
Well, how about that?
Agree.
Yeah, that's why we go to a free speech platform like Rumble.
That's right. And just put up select clips over there on fucking faggot ass YouTube.
Right.
Just to get the new people, the people that are still stuck in the 1800s of YouTube. We swing them over to Rumble. That's what we do.
Well, thank you, Barden Muse. Is that how you say it? Barden Muse?
Sure.
Barden
Sounds
Muse.
good to me. But yeah, there you go. So Rumble has 115 people or something. So hello, Rumble. How are you?
It's early in the show too, so just keep them coming.
Yeah.
Keep them coming.
That's right. So glad to be here, Rumblers.
Yeah, and everywhere else we broadcast.
Yeah. I'm narrowing it down. I've only got it down to on our site, like on CMS TV and on the 24/7 CMS channel. X, what is this? Odyssey and Rumble, and that's it.
Okay.
I got rid of YouTube, got rid of Facebook, got rid of everything else. Just Minds, all that stuff. I really am trying to do a little less. People want it, they can come to the places it is. It's that simple.
Exactly.
I don't need to be on every platform.
Right. That was the goal way back when, everybody and their brother had a streaming station. Remember, everybody was doing the whole streaming station.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
This was back in the mid 2000s. Everybody had a radio station.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's before the restrictive
licensing.
Yeah, the licensing. I was looking for royalties.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to start paying royalties, and then one by one they started dropping off and disappearing, or people just got tired of it. It was a hobby for them for a little while, and then they realized they had to keep it up all the time, and then it was just like, it was fun while it lasted.
Right. Yeah, it was.
What was that? What was that one with the one we always made fun of with us?
Wicked Brew?
No, the one with where you call in with your telephone.
Oh, Blogtalk Radio?
Is that still a thing? Is Blogtalk still a thing? Do people still do that?
Blogtalkradio.com. Well, it's definitely still a thing. I don't know how you even... Wow. Oh, here we go. Let's go up here. Let's do category search for heavy metal. See if we can find some Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was still a thing or not. I just thought about that because it's been a long time. It was some pretty shitty broadcasting.
It's in your words only.
Your telephone is your mic.
I thought it was spectacular. Yeah, I don't know how this works anymore. Doesn't seem... Well, maybe it's up here. I'm trying to get to Black Girl Nerds on heavy metal, but that doesn't want to play.
Black Girl Nerds.
Yeah. Black Girls in Heavy Metal.
Wow.
With guests Ursula and Lena Dawes.
Who?
Right.
Who?
How about Rocking Out with AJ Fratto? Yeah. Well, that one works. Maybe. None of this shit works.
Maybe it's a dead link.
Well, I'm just going to different shows and I'm clicking on every one and none of them seem to want to work.
Huh.
Maybe the whole thing is dead, but they just didn't take the website down.
That's what I'm saying. It maybe a dead website.
Oh no, here's one. Let's put it up. See what we got. We're just winging tonight, aren't we?
Yeah. We'll get our feet under us.
Here we go.
Oh, look at that. Is that Adler?
Heavy metal.
I guess.
The way it was meant to be.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Classic 80s underground.
All right.
Live on blogtalkradio.com, the Heavy Metal Mayhem Radio Show. With your host, Mike the Big Cheese.
Mike the Big Cheese.
Mike the Big Cheese. So how old is this show? Because it keeps showing 3/17/13.
Yeah, it says 10 years old.
Yeah. Well, there you are. So maybe they don't have any new shows.
Maybe not. I don't know. I just did a search for heavy metal, and this is what came up.
All right, he's the Big Cheese.
You want to hear more of Mike the Big Cheese?
The Big Cheese.
I just want to hear him talk.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's hear that Mike telephone.
All right. Is he going to play music now?
Thomas Valanga. Tommy.
Here we go.
All right, welcome back to Heavy Metal Mayhem, and boy, I got a great show for you tonight. Josh Christian from Toxic will be calling in live in about 15 to 20 minutes or so. And during this week, I had interviewed Lonnie Paul from Adler, great guitar, amazing guitar player, and we have that interview coming up a little later on in the show.
He's got that Boston accent.
Yeah, he's really either Boston or New York or something.
Yeah, New York or Boston, one or the other, yeah. He's that East Coast accent. He's got that Bill Burr accent.
He does. Woo. All right, let's hear what he's got to say here. Seems like he's got some guests. That ain't bad, I guess.
He's seated at the right hand of the Father, Mr. Thomas Valanga. Tommy, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, buddy, how you doing, man?
Good. What's happening there?
Nothing much, same old crap.
Well, I'm glad you're doing your same old crap here with us every week.
I'm trying.
Hey, that's all that matters. Well, Toxic, I've been a fan of these guys going back to the mid-'80s when they started. They're out of New York. I want to say Westchester, some Peekskill, maybe somewhere in that area. We'll find out for sure when Josh calls in. And boy, when they disappeared in the '90s, it was a loss because I was a big fan of their two records. So it's great that they're back together again, and I'm sure we're gonna get some new music out of them. And then I spoke to Lonnie Paul early in the week from Adler's band Adler, and Lonnie is a great guy. He's like one of those rarities that he just loves what he's doing. He's so happy to be doing it, and we'll get that interview on. And you and I had a little trip to the city the other night. We got to meet up with Biff and Doug from Saxon, so that was pretty cool. Yeah. I know you were excited.
Definitely. You made my night.
Yeah. I tell you, I got home. And
All right. Here's the 2-second review of this show.
Right.
The host is fine.
Yeah.
He's got the hard accent, but he's fine. He's talkative. He knows what he's talking about. The other guy's just his buddy because he doesn't want to do it by himself.
Right.
So he's adding nothing. He's just like, yeah, that was great.
Time of my life.
Fantastic. Want more of this, or is that enough?
No, that's enough.
All right. I was going to say,
how
much of this can we take?
I know. Compelling. It's compelling.
It is. I guess if you like Toxin or Adler, maybe you'd be into that. Sure.
But how would you even know they were on there?
Text? No, that's before texting, maybe. I have no idea. Maybe he put it out on his MySpace page?
Yeah. MySpace. Oh, man. Oh, if only we had the, it just gives me a hankering for some Kay and Abby.
Oh, I love me some Kay and Abby.
Right.
I wish they were still doing their show.
That was Sunday night entertainment at its best.
It was. I missed that show.
Kay and Abby. The two Kiss freaks.
Yeah. The one that got pounded in the Cheesecake Factory, and then the other one that talked about the other one getting pounded in the Cheesecake Factory.
And the one who had a cat with leukemia.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. What a show that was.
Man. Just like this one.
Yeah. Yeah. We're making fun. We're just two douchebags too, so.
Exactly. We just have better sound.
That's right. Better equipment, more gooder.
Right. Well, anyway, not a whole lot going on in my world aside from, just working home lately. Nothing exciting. Nothing happened recently. I have no stories to tell, unfortunately. Nothing of great interest. I don't know what the fans are looking for from us tonight, but I got a few things to go after the top of the hour. So
well, they're all telling me things that we should be covering tonight.
Yes, I'm sure there are.
We're supposed to cover the David Lee Roth thing.
Well, I do have that on the list.
Okay, we're supposed to cover. I'm just looking in the chat room right now. They're closing In-N-Out Burger in California because of crime. We should talk about that.
I have that on the list.
And then I have some goofy shit on the list. I do have a couple of things to talk about, but But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get rolling here. It's just we're slow, and it's one of them weeks where neither of us, I think, did anything. Like you worked and I worked, and that was kind of.
I know. It's just all work and no play makes Chris and Neeley dull boys.
Yeah, I did a bunch of interviews. I did that.
Now, who did you talk to this week?
I talked to the great Blaze Bailey.
Okay.
He was fun. Talked to him about his heart attack, his quadruple bypass.
Oof. When did this happen?
Maybe 4 months ago.
Okay. I wasn't aware, but okay.
Yeah, he had a quad bypass 2 days after he finished recording his album. Ooh. Finished it, turned it in, almost dropped dead.
What was he in the bed next to Anthony Cumia?
He might have been. But I had a chat with him. I mean, you know how that guy is. That guy is just like, bah, 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 bah. You know, he's chatterbox. So it wasn't real hard to talk to him.
No, he's a good bloke to talk to.
He is.
He gets it all out there.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't hold back. That's for sure. Then I talked to Lorraine Lewis of Vixen.
Oh, okay.
She was nice. You didn't
give her any goof questions, though.
I did not give her any goof questions. I know you and I talked about it. She was all business and she was nice, so I didn't feel the need to fuck with her.
Did you mention Sean McNabb in their music video?
She mentioned him to me.
Oh, okay.
That it was her idea to have Sean as Britt Lightning's love interest.
All right.
So she brought it up to me.
Okay.
She's another one that's, boy, wind her up and watch her go. Good Lord. She's like.
All right. Well, it makes for easy interviews then.
Yeah.
When they're willing to talk.
Mm-hmm. And then yesterday was the third interview of the week. I interviewed just this little hottie known as Cassidy Paris.
Okay.
Boy, she is cute as fuck. Holy cow. She has her own thing. Cassidy Paris, new. 21.
Right.
And her drummer and her guitar player are 22. And then the bass player, I think, is her dad, who was in that band Black Majesty, for those of you that are like power metal people.
Okay.
From like 25 years ago.
Right.
There was a band called Black Majesty. And then I guess they're still actually active, but he's not in the band anymore. But
okay.
He's in the Cassidy Paris band now.
He's in his kids' band.
Yeah, he's in his kids' band. And she can sing.
It's kind of like Zetro.
Yeah, sort of. So it's a very similar thing. Well, and I interviewed a band last week, that Paralandra band. And the singer in that one is a girl named Cassandra. And her dad's in her band.
Okay.
It's weird. These dads, they're just like, well, couldn't make it on my band, but I'll try it on this band.
It's just passing the torch.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that O'Keefe project that you brought to the table a couple of weeks ago with those kids doing Pantera covers.
Right. Yeah. No, it's just, dude, the interviews are off the chain right now. I got so many. That was a light week with 3. The week before, I'm looking at my calendar, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 last week. And this coming week, I have Honeymoon Suite, The Gems, James Durbin, Riot, and Dean Castronovo.
Okay.
So I am an interviewing machine right now.
Oh, look at that. You're gonna. Now, who's in Honeymoon Suite? Is it the lead singer? Is that it?
It's the original guy. It's all. It's the whole original band.
And you go, I'm a big fan.
I am a big fan.
I know you are. That's what I'm saying.
I am very excited to do that one because I've never spoken to them before either. So
are you gonna pull a Sean Strickland on him and say, did you vote for Trudeau?
Nope.
They are a Canadian band, right?
Yeah, they're a Canadian band, but I'm not. I could give a shit what their politics are.
Right.
I want to know. Instead, I'm gonna be that fucking Natalie interviewer and be like, you did the album Racing After Midnight in '88. What do you remember about that one? I'm gonna be that guy. you know, I'm a big fan of that band.
Why
so
not? I know you are. That's what I was saying. It's kind of like one of your guilty pleasures.
Yeah, I wish I could have an hour, but I'm in the half-hour window because I could probably do an hour. But
so, what do they have, a new CD out or something?
Yeah, new CD called Alive, and it sounds just like.
Was is it a live disc, or that's just what they called the?
Yeah, it's just called like the band is still alive. I'm assuming,
okay.
But
all right.
But yeah, completely new album. It's pretty good.
So after all these years, do you still have a new girl?
Yeah. Or is she an old girl now?
Is she a lot like your old one?
Yeah, she's a lot like your grandmother.
Right.
Yeah, good band though. Never got any love here, but I mean, they had what, 2 or 3 hits here maybe? They had Love Changes Everything, New Girl Now, the Lethal Weapon soundtrack.
All right. I'm not as familiar with Honeymoon Suite. The only one I know is New Girl. Yeah,
they had like 3, and the other 2 that I'm naming are very moderate hits. They weren't like, here's a #1 boss hit-bound single from Honeymoon Suite.
Right.
No, they were like number 38 on the charts or whatever.
Sure.
You know? Debuted for a minute because they had long hair, but you know, it was that give me pick that the record company people were given because they were from Canada.
Right.
Yeah, let's put a Canadian band in there. It looks like we care.
We're multinational.
That's right. We're worldwide.
Right. So how did you light on getting a Honeymoon Suite interview?
I forget who's pitching it, but the album's coming out on Frontiers, so I think that's John Freeman, maybe.
Okay.
I think he asked me about doing, or he sent out the "Hey, they're talking," and I couldn't jump through my keyboard fast enough to say me.
Yeah, let me jump on board there.
Yeah, I wanted that one bad. So yeah, that's what I've been doing lately is doing tons of interviews with bunches of people and getting lots of love. Apparently, I'm liked again at Blabbermouth because I think I made Blabbermouth 4 times this week.
Well, what do you mean you're liked again? Were you not on Blabbermouth for a while?
It'd been a little while. I was on there.
Do you think there was a reason for that, or it was just luck of the draw, or what?
Dude, if I could figure out how Bori posts things, I would fucking capitalize on it. Sometimes, like, I've tried every formula to figure it out. I've typed out the hot quotes and sent it to him. I've typed out the whole interviews and sent it to him. I've not sent it to him. I've sent him the embed code so that he doesn't have to figure it out to put it on his. I've tried everything.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll send him something really, really juicy, some really juicy quote. Nothing. Other times, like this week, I didn't send him one thing. I did not send him anything. And Mangini hit, and Mick Mars hit, and then somebody else's Mick Mars, then we were quoted in it for our interview in it. And I forget who the 4th one was, but there was a 4th one as well. But it was, it's just total luck of the draw. I guess it's just whatever moves Bori at the time.
Okay.
I don't know. I wish I did know, but I know one thing: he won't put up a Rumble link. He definitely will not do that. No.
And what's the reason for that?
Because he's a lefty.
Well, again, I don't know Bori well enough to know. So,
but Blabbermouth. Every other fucking story is, Donald Trump's a piece of shit. So says Sebastian Bach.
Well, I thought he just does things that gets clicks.
Well, but he never does it the other way. Unless it's written that way. Because if Ted Nugent says something, it'll be like, right-wing loudmouth Ted Nugent says.
Racist Ted Nugent says.
That's right. When he's not hating black people, Ted Nugent said today.
Right. It's too funny.
Yeah. But hey, whatever. It's I'm thrilled to be in the likable range, I guess, for this month. So we'll take it. And especially if I'm doing so many interviews, you know, I have to imagine that I'll probably get something from Dean Castronovo that'll get up.
Right.
You know, because he's in the middle of that whole Journey mix. I can't wait to ask those questions and be told, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I can't talk about that. I can't comment on the principal members, battles.
That's right. But you know I'm going to ask.
Yeah, of course. Well, you got to ask.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just because you ask doesn't mean you're going to get an answer aside from, well, you know, that's just not really my area.
Yeah, exactly. That's like one of our guys on the network, and I won't say who, but people will figure it out when it gets launched, interviewed Brooke, the drummer that got booted from Plush.
Right.
Under the guise of not even mentioning Plush. I was like, dude, you can't do that. I was like, and he did. I saw the interview. And it wasn't the interview I would do, that's for sure.
Right, of course. And the thing is people wouldn't even know her unless it was.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, and I hit him back, and I just was like, dude, you know, in the future, you got to kind of try this, you know?
Right, of course.
You got to, you know, and in those cases, you know, and it's the weird thing with interviewing, because in that kind of a case, it might be one where you feed them the question ahead of time. If they really don't want to talk about something, but you feel like it'll make you look like less of a fucking person, less of a reporter, maybe you feed the question and just say, this is what I'm going to ask you. Get your shit together for that question.
Right.
Or be prepared to say, I don't want to comment on that. But to not ask it at all, you know, and literally said, yeah, I met you at a Seven Dust show. Well, yeah, it was a Seven Dust show that they were opening.
You were with Plush at the time.
No, he didn't. He did not say Plush.
But that's the way to go at it, though.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I met you when you were with Plush. You opened for Seven Dust, and I had the opportunity to meet you then.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
But again, you know, it's one of those things. Like for me, if I'm told specifically no questions about this, a lot of times I pass on those. Very rarely will I say, okay, it's, you know, if it was James Hetfield or something and he didn't want to talk about his divorce, yeah, I'd probably still do that one. Or Ozzy or something, but Brooke from Plush? No. I think I'd pass on that one. Because how many people are even going to watch that one anyway? How many people know who that is?
Right, of course. You know, with these interviews that these young and up and comers are, you know, that you're scheduled to interview or you have interviewed, you know, I realize that, you know, in this day and age of all these competitive, you know, young upstart bands and so forth, and so much content out there, it's just like you always hope that, well, maybe this one of these opportunities to interview one of these young bands will give them some kind of recognition or noticed or by somebody. But the unfortunate part is most of them never do.
No,
you just never hear of them ever again. They get enough interest and maybe enough money to, you know, get a publicist who will get out there and work them a little bit. But
yeah.
Unfortunately, most of them, you see them pop up and then you never see them again.
Yeah, no,
now Plush kind of being the exception, you know, obviously, Mariah is a very talented singer, but it just seems to me like they have somebody behind them that really believe in them and have deep pockets.
Well, now I actually know now. I've slowly discovered how that all works. And
is this something you can discuss, or you have
not a whole lot, other than to say that I'll tell one part of it, but there's other pieces.
Yeah, I'm sure there
are. The record label Pavement.
Yeah.
They are the priority band.
Okay.
They are the priority band even over other bands that have had more success on that label.
All right.
They are definitely the priority, and Pavement is... I don't want to say that they're buying onto all these tours, because I don't think they are. I don't know the answer to this part, but I don't think they're buying onto every one of these tours. I'm pretty sure there's some relationships between some of these bands, and one of the guys that runs Pavement is Tim King, who's also in the band Soil. So he knows all of those guys from the 90s, which when you think about it, he toured with all those bands on Ozfest and on everything else. So seeing them on a tour with like Disturbed, Seven Dust, those types of tours, that could be as easy. And I'm not saying this is what happened by any means. I'm just saying that it makes sense.
You're just speculating.
Yeah, it makes sense that Tim, as the owner of the label, would say, got this band that I'm working. Remember that time when we got drunk in fucking Wisconsin? Maybe you could do me the favor because I bailed you out of jail and kept it quiet or whatever. Whatever story it would be. Tim knows those people. Okay. So I think there's a little more label involvement than they would probably get if they were just a band signed somewhere.
Right.
So, I don't think that they're completely getting all these tours for nothing, but, and like the Disturbed tour, and again, I am speculating 1,000% here, to be very clear. I know nothing. But Disturbed's single right now is a song that they do. It's a duet with Ann Wilson. Who the fuck sounds more like Ann Wilson than Mariah?
Of course.
Not a big stretch to think you could bring on a band probably for pretty cheap and do that song every night and have it sound like the record with Mariah. And Mariah is singing that song every night with Disturbed.
As she should.
Yeah, and it's a great mix. It's a perfect fit. But from a business standpoint, it sure isn't hurting Disturbed to have somebody that sounds like Ann Wilson up there to sing their hit while their hit is on the radio. And if you look at Disturbed social media, every single day it seems like they're focusing on that track. They're showing Draymond and Mariah singing that song together, or her walking to the stage, or the band rehearsing that song. Like, these are videos that they've put on their socials.
Right.
Clearly there was some intent behind it. It's not just some random thing that happened to fall together. So, it's those kind of things. There's some relationships being made and being used. Of course.
There has to be something that's mutually beneficial for everybody.
Right. And who produced the original Disturbed stuff? Johnny K. Who produced the first Plush record? Johnny K. So that could be a way that they know each other as well.
It doesn't hurt.
No. So, you know how this business is, dude. There's a lot of relationship shit that happens.
It's a very incestuous business.
Mm-hmm. It is. But that's what's going on out there with that. So.
Okay. Fair enough. Look at you with some inside knowledge.
I'm just a regular industry insider. I'm surprised I'm not broadcasting from NAMM tonight.
Yeah, you're wheeling and dealing.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I could have been at NAMM this week, but I didn't go, obviously.
No, fuck that.
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
I enjoyed going to NAMM, but it's not the same without Bob Nalbandian.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
It's nah for me.
Yeah. I did get my badges, though, but I didn't go.
Well, yeah, put them on the wall.
All right. Well, I think that's enough of a warm-up hour.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Get things warmed up and revved up and ready to go.
That's right.
Kind of get centered a little bit.
Got a big audience tonight, Jesus.
That's good to know. So hello, everybody, from wherever it is you're listening. Welcome to wherever you are.
Yeah, 130 on Rumble and 22 or something on the direct player on the chat and kill.
Okay.
150 people listen to this bullshit.
It's like, what are these two guys rambling about?
Yeah.
Jesus
Who gives
Christ.
a fuck about this band I've never heard of before? Who the fuck is Plushie? I never heard of them.
All right. That's our warm-up hour. That's our hour to get ourselves going.
That's right.
Clear the pipes, get the mind going a little bit, try to get in sync.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll come at you.
We'll bring some funny next hour.
Right.
How's that?
Of course. All right. Well, if you want to get a request in between those segments, just tip me up on the email request@theclassicmetalshow.com. request@theclassicmetalshow.com, and I'll be glad to play something for you. And as we go to break, as a tradition here, I will let you pick a song. What shall we play?
How about Matador from Halford from the Made of Metal record?
Halford Matador.
Yep.
Is that the AMC car?
Might be. I don't know. I don't know if Rob has updated his vehicles.
Right. What do you drive? I drive a Matador.
Yeah.
Remember a Matador?
Yeah, I do.
It was a luxury vehicle.
Yeah. Way back a bazillion years ago.
It was supposed to be a luxury vehicle anyway.
Yeah. It didn't last long. It wasn't that luxurious.
No, well, AMC was a junk company anyway.
Wait a minute. The Pacer was a fine ride.
Well, Jackal in the chat room was still driving his Gremlin with his 8-track player.
Probably has a Pacer on blocks in his garage.
Right, of course.
I'm saving it for special occasions.
That's when cars were the best.
That's right.
That's when cars were cars, man.
The AMC Pacer. Oof, what a fucking terrible ride that was.
And your father had one.
We had one, yeah. Dude, we went on trips in that fucking beast. And it would be my brother in the back seat and then me in the far back, like kind of having to lay down for the whole trip because the slope of the hatchback was like low. It wasn't it wasn't like a what do you call it? A SUV today or whatever that has like a big it like sloped way down to where you were kind of crammed in there. It fucking sucked. I remember going to St. Louis in one, from Ohio to St. Louis in the fucking back of a Pacer.
Nice.
What a shitty ride that was.
That's too funny. Oh man. It could fit the whole front end of a Chevy Nova in the back. Remember that
Yes.
commercial? They had the ramps up to the back and they drive the nose of a Chevy Nova into it.
Yeah, great. Because that's something you need.
Right. Just shows
Meanwhile, if you had two suitcases that were square, then you couldn't close the fucking hatchback.
All right. Well, we're going to play a few tunes. We'll come back and get rolling here. So here's Rob Halford of Judas Priest fame from one of his solo releases. And this is Matador exclusively here
on your classic metal show.
Assured Window Cleaning specializes in window cleaning, chandelier cleaning, blind cleaning, gutter cleaning, and post-construction cleaning. In business since 1947, Assured Window Cleaning has proudly been serving its customers in Cleveland for 75 years. As a family-owned and operated business, Assured Window Cleaning has built their reputation on trust and delivering the best results possible. When you need window cleaning services for your home or business, contact Assured Window Cleaning. We're one of the top window cleaning companies in all of Cleveland for both residential and commercial. Visit our website today at www.assuredwindowcleaning.com or call us at 440-989-0000. 0122 for a quote. And remember, everybody knows Tony. Contact Assured Window Cleaning today.